Alright, what is going on, guys? It is Benny, and today I am giving you guys a secret little counter to the meta. Now, honestly, this meta is so freaking annoying. The amount of beatdown I've played is absurd, and so I am carrying a deck that just counters all of the absurd decks. Now, this guy's playing Logbait or Bridgebait, whatever it's called, with the wall breakers. Oh my gosh, we caught the princess there. That is crazy. But this guy's deck is actually going to be a hard counter because I am not carrying a light spell, which is going to work against us a little bit. But if we can get the win here, why does he have mini P.E.K.K.A? That is crazy. But if we can get the win here, that is going to be awesome, and we counter all beatdown. And I actually have a replay at the end of the video that I 100% would recommend that you guys watch if you're able to, because holy crap, that matchup was insane, and it just goes to show how good this deck is defensively. Now he's going to go ahead and play the Skeleton Barrel there. I'm just going to use my Ice Wizard to counter that. That's kind of like my light spell, I guess. And you know what, honestly, really quickly, guys, as well, holy crap, the balance changes are insane. The changes to the champions are absolutely insane as well. So you know what, I'm going to be coming out with some crazy mortar decks next season. I can already tell with the double champion gameplay that we're going to have. Now I'm going to defensive mortar here just because I don't have a great way to deal with his princess yet, and then he will hit me with the vines. I'm okay with taking a little bit of damage there. I'm just hoping that the mortar switches to the princess there, and it will, so that's good. And then I started the Skeleton King in the back just because I want to slow push. I think I'm going to get a lot more value out of my pushes if I do that. And then I'm going to play the Skeleton Barrel there. If he goes for the Dark Goblin, I might try to get a value out of my lightning here. Actually, I don't think it's going to be worth it. I'm just going to hold off there. I'll go for my Ice Wizard here though, and then I think I'll just play the minions right here actually to take out that Skeleton Barrel, just to make sure that it doesn't get on the tower right away, and it's a little bit easier to counter there if we let that happen. And then I think we want to counter that princess right here. Oh my gosh, okay, that's going to be good value for our Skeleton King, so let's go ahead and do that. And then I'm actually going to pop the Evil Mortar on this side, and let's go ahead, let's pop the Skeleton King ability, especially because the Evil Mortar is going to take out that Dark Goblin, and so we're getting good value. Ooh, we played the Skeleton Barrel into the Evil Wall Breakers, which isn't good, but we do have the Mortar Lock, and we have a Skeleton Barrel going in there. Let's get an Ice Wizard down just to tank in front of the Mortar in case he tries to play something to take it out, because we want to get that tower down for sure. We kind of want to take advantage of this as much as we can. And then he's going to play the mini P.E.K.K.A. I'll just play my minions right here to deal with that, and then let's go ahead and play the Berserker for the princess. Pretty easy win for us here as he's going to yawn. He's definitely not feeling happy about that, but you know, I think there's really nothing that this guy's going to be able to do here. He might get some damage with that one wall breaker, but I'm not too worried about that. We actually stopped that anyways. I'll just go ahead and Ice Wizard right here. We can start the Skeleton King in the back for the 3-card cycle, but I think that we got this win here, so I'm actually just going to give him a good game right here. I'm going to give him a good luck, and then I'm just going to go on into the next matchup because this guy just got absolutely slammed. Alright guys, we're on to our next matchup. We're up against Aloe there, so let's go ahead, let's play the Skeleton Barrel there. Just to get that going, and then I'm going to cycle my minions here. Ooh, he's got Dark Prince. That is a sign that we are up against Giant, so we are going to have to be ready for a defense here, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for a Giant pretty soon here, actually, just because he's cycled a decent amount of cards. Why did I play my Skeleton King there? That was absolutely horrible. I can't believe I just missed that pull. That was, yeah, I deserved that. That was not a good play there, so we're just going to kind of chill out for a second and be ready to play some defense here. It's good that we did get one hit onto the Sparky. I'm going to be able to lightning here defensively in a second. Earthquake, what is going on? That is insane. Okay, I'm going to ignore those bats, and I'm literally just going to focus on this side because I need to make sure that I don't take more damage here. I don't think that he's going to take 2 towers in this matchup. I think it's going to be a 1-tower match, and I definitely need to make sure that I'm not taking more damage onto that tower. And then the Berserker is going to tank for the Skeleton Barrel, which is good. We'll get that there. It will also take out some Spear Goblins, which is good, so we'll get some damage on the tower. And then I'm just going to cycle my minions here, actually. Again, I need to make sure that I don't take any more damage, which is a little bit unfortunate, don't get me wrong, but that's okay. Him having Earthquake is a little bit odd, though, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's play the guards first, and then I'm going to go ahead and play the Skeleton King here. We will take a bit of damage, but I think only 1 hit, hopefully, so we will be not terribly off. And then that was a very aggressive push for him to do. Although he's literally just going to play the Sparky, so that, you know, doesn't really matter. I don't think I'm going to pop the ability there. I don't think it's going to be worth it. Let's play, I guess, an Ice Wizard and then a Berserker here. Yeah, that's good actually that he played more to counter everything, just because that makes it a little bit better of a defense for us. just because we're not overspending at all. And then I'm going to go ahead and cycle my skeleton barrel there, and let's get the skeleton king in the back here. We should get at least one barrel onto the tower. That was a really bad way for him to play his bats, I'm going to be honest. So we are going to get some damage onto the tower there, and then I'm going to play my guards right here in front. And then let's go ahead, let's lightning onto the Sparky there to reset it. Hopefully the guards tank the shot and not the Skeleton King. And then I'm going to play the Ice Wizard up high here. Actually, that was a little bit too aggressive. Let's go ahead, let's play the Skeleton Barrel here in case he goes for the Goblin Giant. He's going to go for the Goblin Giant there. And then I need the Skeleton Barrel to maybe take the Sparky out. That's good. So let's go ahead, let's play the guards right here. And then I'm going to pull really far using the mortar. And then let's go ahead, let's get the Berserker right here to pull all of that towards the middle. And we are going to defend all of that decently well. Let's get the Skeleton King down here just to tank and keep everything alive. And then if he goes for the Sparky here, I can always go for the Lightning again. The mortar is actually going to lock onto the Sparky, which is great for us. So we're going to get some really good value out of this Lightning here, and he's not going to be able to counter push. So we got some great damage on the tower here. And then let's go ahead, let's play the defensive mortar up high there just for the Lightning. I'm going to get the Ice Wizard down as well. Let's get the Berserker onto these Spear Goblins, and then I guess let's just get the Skeleton King here to tank and keep this stuff alive for a second. The Ice Wizard should get those bats down for us. Let's go ahead, let's play the Evil Skeleton Barrel now. And then depending on what he plays, we are going to get that onto the tower actually. So that's going to be a ton of damage, and we're going to Lightning, and we are going to get the win there with the beautiful comeback after we messed up. Holy crap. Alright guys, we are on to our next matchup. I'm just going to cycle the Skeleton Barrel right there at the bridge, because why not? And then we will kind of figure things out from there. He's going to let us get them some Skeleton Barrel damage, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to play the mortar into the opposite lane here just to get that going. We might as well. And then okay, he's got Valkyrie, so I'm thinking this might be a graveyard deck. It's looking like we're up against graveyard here, which is going to be a long and very difficult matchup, I think, just because graveyard, you know, it's going to be one of those matchups where everybody has to play perfect, and damage is going to be something that everybody has to really fight for. So I could go for my Lightning here onto that Goblin Hut, but I'm a little bit hesitant to, only because I don't know if he's got Witch in this deck yet. So I'm actually gonna, okay, there's the Witch, so let's go ahead, let's get the Lightning down now. That's gonna be really good value for us. And then let's go ahead, let's pop the Skeleton King ability, and he's probably going to Ice Wizard there, but with the Berserker, oh, okay, he's going to play the Valkyrie, so we're going to get some really good skeleton damage there on the tower. That is huge. That is going to come in massive, because realistically, once this guy starts to play his graveyards, there's really not much we can do in terms of preventing, like, all damage. He's kind of guaranteed, you know, sometimes even like 500 damage on the tower, and we are going to give him some free barb damage there on the tower, so that's just great. That really screws up my entire plan there. Okay, what do I want to do here? I could defensive mortar. I don't think that's going to be the move though. I could cycle my Skeleton Barrel, but you know what? I think I do have to defensive mortar, just because if I cycle my Skeleton Barrel, he's just going to play the Evil Witch, and that's just going to be good value for him. He's going to poison and get some damage on the tower. I'm okay with that. Let's Skeleton King in the back, and then I'm actually going to go for my Skelly Barrel into the opposite lane here in a second. He's going to start the Witch in the back first though. Okay, what do I want to do? I'm going to hold off on my Lightning for a second. Let's cycle the minions in the back first, and then let's go ahead and let's play the Lightning now, actually, just to get rid of that Witch. He's probably going to play the Valkyrie, so let's get an Ice Wizard down here first, and then, I mean, I guess I'll pop it just to force him to play that Valkyrie a bit earlier and maybe get a couple hits on the tower. Looks like we will get a tiny bit of skeleton damage, which is going to be really helpful. And then I'm going to play the Evil Mortar into the opposite lane here. Let's get the guards down here as well to help with the defense. And then I'm going to Lightning right here just in case he tries to play the Goblin Hut, but we do get the lock on tower. That's huge. Let's keep this mortar alive as long as we can. So I'm going to play the Skeleton King on that side. Let's get the Evil Skeleton Barrel onto this side, and then let's get a Berserker down onto the Evil Mortar. We got a couple shots out of it, not enough by any means, but we did get some damage, which is really good. And then I'm going to get the mortar down here again, and one Berserker hit is massive for us as well, so that's good. And then I'm just going to hold off. Wait a second, there is the Evil Witch. I don't know why he's playing it up high, because then that will also take out the Ice Wizard, and so that will give us a little bit of damage. I'll cycle the Skeleton Barrel into the opposite lane here, and let's just get the Skeleton King down on this side, because then if he Valkyries, he's not going to have the Valkyrie for the Skeleton King. And we are going to get some decent damage onto the tower there. And then I'm going to play the minions right here. Let's go ahead, let's get the guards down, and then let's get a Berserker down here as well, I guess. And then I'm going to Ice Wizard right here. Let's pop the Skeleton King ability. He's going to get some damage with that Valkyrie, unfortunately, I think. Oh, okay, we're actually okay. And then we are going to get a little bit of damage on the tower there, which I will always take. Let's go ahead. Let's get the mortar down. Let's get some minions down here as well. He's going to play the witch there. Oh my gosh, okay, we got the lock on the tower. Let's get a berserker down here. He's probably going to go for the barb barrel if I had to guess. We will keep this alive as long as we can though. I'm going to play the Ice Wizard there onto the witch to take that out. And then, oh man, he did reset it, which is a little bit unfortunate. There's a lightning right there. Let's go ahead. Let's get the guards down here to help out with this. And then let's get a berserker down. And we do need to cycle to another lightning here in a second. Let's get the Ice Wiz down. And then let's go ahead and let's play this right here. We have a second lightning in hand now, which is good. And then I'm just going to lightning right here. Hopefully we catch the Valkyrie as well. We do. That's huge. Let's go ahead. Let's get the minions down right here. Let's get the berserker here as well. He's going to play the poison, but we got the mortar lock onto the opposite lane, so I think that's going to be a win for us. Let's get the Ice Wizard down. Holy crap, that was a close matchup. Let's give him a good game. Let's give him a good luck, and let's go on into the next one. All right, you guys, we're on to our next matchup, and this guy is in a clan called Jinxie. I own you. That's a little bit crazy. I'm going to go ahead and just play the mortar right there, and then he's going to play the berserker and the minions. So I'm wondering if this is... Actually, I have no clue what this is, but he has a snowball as well. It's either going to be balloon or drill, I think. If it's anything else, that would surprise me a little bit. We've got the guards going in there. Let's go ahead. Let's actually play a skeleton barrel there just because he used his snowball and he's trying to kite those guards and he's having a bit of trouble with that. And then he's going to have to play a counter to the skeleton barrel, so I'll play my Skeleton King here. We got some good damage on the tower, and then I can just use my Skeleton King ability here offensively in a second once we get across the bridge. Okay, that is not what I was expecting, actually. I'm going to be honest, that was a little bit of a surprise. Let's go ahead, let's play the minions first, and then let's go ahead and pop the Skeleton King ability there just to kind of catch everything. I'm not going to counter the XBOW. I don't think it's going to be really worth it for me to do anything to it quite yet. I'll play the Berserker here just to defend, and then, alright, that was a little bit crazy. I guess he is going to need all the chip damage that he can get though, so that does make sense for him to do that actually. And then let's go ahead, let's Skeleton Barrel here. I think that it's good that we're in the same lane as this guy because I'm going to spam my lightnings, and I don't think he actually knows that I have lightning quite yet, so I think that I can get a lot of value out of my lightning here against this guy. He's going to play the XBOW there first. That's a little bit unfortunate only because we don't really have a way to... Oh my gosh, that was a really good snowball there. Holy crap. Okay, I'm just gonna lightning on this, I guess, because we have to, and then we are going to have to make up some damage here for sure. That is depressing. Oh my goodness, I am not happy about that. Okay, that Evo snowball definitely caught me off guard. I was not expecting that. He's going to play the skeletons into the opposite lane, so I'm just gonna use my minions to counter those. And then what do I want to do here? I guess I could go for an offensive mortar here, so I'm going to do that. Then he's going to play the XBOW there just to deal with it, so I'm going to play the guards right here. And then let's start our Skeleton King in the back here, actually. And then let's go ahead, let's get the Ice Wizard right here to deal with all of that. He might go for a snowball. If he does, that might be a bit of a waste just because it's not going to do a ton. And then I'm going to lightning right here, get rid of that XBOW. There is another XBOW. Let's go ahead, let's wait. Now let's pop the Skeleton King ability because there's the delivery. And then I'm going to just get my Berserker down right here. Let's go ahead and get some minions down onto that XBOW there to take that out. And then I'm going to get the guards right here. And then let's go ahead, let's get the snowball, or the Ice Wizard, sorry, right here. He's going to play the snowball there. Okay, because he's going to keep playing these XBOWs there, I'm just going to keep lightning them now. Holy crap, that is a weird word to say there, I'm going to be honest. Just because I think it's going to be good value. Now, on his next XBOW, I need to be ready to kite with my Skeleton King, or at least have something down to stop him from being able to get that snowball play off. So I'm going to play my guards right here. And then let's go ahead and let's get the lightning down onto this, boom, and then we will take that out fully. And then let's go ahead, let's get a Berserker down right here. And then let's go ahead and get the Evil Mortar down because he has to play defensive XBOW if he wants to counter that. And then I'm going to get my minions down right here. Let's go ahead and do that. And then let's get the guards down onto this to help defend that XBOW. Let's get an Ice Wizard down here as well to take out those minions. And then... oh my gosh, he's spamming. Actually, that was really smart by this guy. Let's go ahead, let's get the Skeleton King down right here. and then we are going to defend that. And then I think that maybe I just need to lightning cycle this guy, which is going to be a little bit more difficult, but I think I can do it. Let's just wait here, and then he's probably going to go for an XBOW and try to get a lineup with the snowball here, if I had to guess. Let's go ahead, let's play the mortar right here. Let's go ahead and do this, and then let's get a lightning down onto the tower there. And then let's get the berserker there as well. Oh my gosh, okay, I think we're locked on the tower, but he did reset it with the ice. Oh, let's go. Okay, we got the lock on the tower. That's huge. We literally just need to get one more lightning on the tower, and we are going to make the comeback there. Holy crap, that was a close matchup. Let's give him a good game, and let's give him a good luck. Alright, you guys, I wanted to show you guys a replay of a matchup that I had that was just absolutely absurd, and I feel like this demonstrates how good this deck is defensively. Now, every single time when I used to play Mortar, and when I do play Mortar, I used to always complain about E-Drag, because E-Drag drives me crazy, man, and I'm sure it drives a lot of you guys crazy as well. Whenever your opponent has E-Drag, it just tears through a Mortar deck, but because we're using Lightning, I felt like I was unstoppable in this matchup, and I had some crazy defenses here. So I had to show you guys this, and this was when I was testing this deck out, just kind of experimenting and trying it out for the first time. Now, right now, he's going to go ahead and he's going to start his healer in the back, and immediately I know, just like in any beatdown fashion, this guy is just crazy, and he's going to be hitting me with something wild. So I played the defensive mortar there, because I honestly expected him to back it up with the E-Golem, because I wasn't 100% sure what he had yet at this point, but he didn't back it up anyways. So the defensive mortar was, I don't want to say useless because it stopped him from doing a push, but it definitely did not get its value out of it. But that's okay, because we did get the cycle regardless, and that's something that I think is important to remember, is this deck, even though it comes across as being a little bit more expensive because it has a 6 elixir spell, you can cycle really, really quick when you're not using that spell, right? Because all of your other cards are super cheap, so it's really important to take advantage of that and not to be afraid to play a card and then try to cycle back to it. So right here, he went for a push, and I have a nice little counter push, so I decided to go for the mortar there because we have a tank in front, we have the ice wizard behind, and I wish I had lightning right here, because if I hit him with the lightning, he would have been just absolutely depressed, but I still went for the lightning, got it down, so we are going to get some tower damage, but I am down in elixir now, and that's something that I find happens with lightning, and I honestly, I can't really explain it, but I feel like if you wait to use your lightning, you're often going to be down in elixir, and I think it's just because, you know, you use it right there, and so that's 6 elixir gone, whereas they were generating elixir. So the quicker you can use a lightning, sometimes I actually think is better. Not always, don't get me wrong, sometimes it's better to get the value out of the lightning, but sometimes it is a lot better to get that value out of your lightning right away. So he'll go for the golem. So I go for the defensive mortar here because I'm going to defend this push, and I know that a big push is coming, but when you have a defensive Evo mortar, it's really easy to defend, and I went for the Evo skeleton barrel there as well, just to distract everything and get some extra defense out of the skeleton barrel. Using your skeleton barrel defensively is really underrated, and I actually would recommend it. And you guys are going to notice here, I'm going to try to hold on to my lightning as long as I can for his Evo E-Drag, because I know as soon as I use my lightning, he can play that E-Drag, and I might be in a little bit more trouble. So that's kind of why I'm holding on to my lightning, and I played the mortar a little bit to the left there just so that I can get some extra value out of it and pull that golem. There's the E-Drag there, so now I know that I want to hit him with that lightning, so I'm just going to hold off a second, maybe try to get some extra value out of it. We catch the E-Drag, and we have 2 ice wizards down, and then I just wanted to get 3 ice wizards down just because I felt like that would be really fun. So realistically, playing another ice wizard there was not the greatest defense, but I just felt like that was really quite funny to do, so I went for that, and then I went for the defensive mortar because I know I have the damage lead, and I know that he could definitely go ahead and punish me if he wanted to with a golem or anything if I was too aggressive. So I'm just playing it smart. I'm playing the game that I've been playing the whole time and that I've been winning with. We took out that E-Drag, which is really good, or the Inferno Dragon, sorry. I'm always going to mix that up. And then, you know, we have 3 Ice Wizards down again, so we're getting that defense down. And then I have the Skeleton King there for the 3-card cycle. And again, I'm holding on to my Lightning for that E-Drag. It does get to the point eventually, though, where actually I do have to use my Lightning, and so you will see me go for it even if I'm not going to get an E-Drag. At least I think, if my memory serves me well here. But we're defending. I'm just constantly kiting everything behind, and I'm using that Ice Wizard because the Ice Wizard is so important. He went for the Tornado there, but I was able to get the Lightning down to stop him from getting anything. And honestly, his Ice Wizard is giving me a ton of trouble there offensively. I was actually finding that Ice Wizard was a little bit dangerous there, so I go for the Evo Mortar offensively just because he's starting to catch up in damage, and I feel like it's important that I get something. However, realistically, I probably shouldn't have gone for the Evil Mortar. That, you know, it might not have been the greatest play, but it does all work out in the end. And so there's the healer. I've got the Ice Wizard down. The Evil Mortar is going to take out his Ice Wizard. I go for the Skeleton King. I'm waiting to play my Lightning because it's just not worth it quite yet. And then there's the E-Drag, so I'm going to hold off, and then I'm going to hit that with the Lightning. And I'm not sure if I get anything else with it. I think, you know, we get the healer there as well, which is good. And then he gets a Golem at the bridge. Now I'm feeling a little bit worried because he's got 2 Ice Wizards down to counter my 2 Ice Wizards. And he's going pretty aggressive, so I pop the Skeleton King ability defensively because I know that's going to shred through the Golem, and we're just constantly defending. I'm trying to keep those Ice Wizards alive. His push is getting absolutely insane there. I get my Skeleton King down. It's going to be time for a Lightning here, even if I'm not going to get the E-Drag, I think. And so I do that to take everything out, and he's got a crazy push coming my way, so I'm just going to play the Berserker there now. I'll get the guards down, and we are going to get the win. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching this replay if you did get to it, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one.